Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Operations and one of the Managing Directors for BNI Arizona. And every single week I come to you providing a weekly education nugget called Wisdom Wednesday that counts as one chapter education unit for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Wisdom Wednesday. Just a couple quick reminders. We do have our next Member Success Program training coming up on Monday, December 14th. So for all of our new amazing members that are here in BNI Arizona, make sure to check that out. Bonnie Maley is an amazing trainer. You don't want to miss her incredible training. And you get to meet some other new members from around the valley. So it is a great way to learn all about BNI, meet some new people, and she goes through so much amazing information, especially examples of how to do effective presentations and everything. So make sure to check out her training, next one, December 14th. To sign up, go to bniarizona.com, click on the calendar link, and you'll find it under December 14th. So make sure to check that out. So today's topic for Wisdom Wednesday is all about substitutes. So especially around the holidays and we're traveling, we want to make sure that we are prepared when we aren't able to attend a meeting. It happens, it really does, but making sure we have an amazing substitute is so key because it really does help with our visibility and credibility within our chapter to make sure that we are represented properly in our chapter when we can't be there. Because the ideal situation is that we are there ourselves representing our own business, but we know it happens. We've got vacations, we've got trips, things happen to where we aren't able to attend a meeting, and so we find a substitute that can come in and provide our weekly presentation for us. And the biggest thing is making sure that they represent our business just as well as we do. And because there is a lot of value in making sure that that happens. So some of the things to watch out for when looking for a substitute. So we do have the BNI Arizona substitute page. So please, guys, if you're looking for a substitute, do not post it on this page. Post it on the substitute request page because that is where all of those requests should be shifted to. Because this page is definitely for all of our chapter events and different things going on within our chapter. So make sure to post those requests on the other page, the substitute request page. I'll even post the link in the comments so that way if you aren't a part of that substitute request page, that way you have the link. But some of the great things, one, BNI members love to substitute for other BNI members. Now, guys, when you are substituting in other chapters, you're able to give your own presentation 2 times per year. I'm going to repeat that. Even if you're a substitute, you can give your presentation 2 times per year. So if you are an amazing member and you love to substitute at different chapters, once you hit that second time, you can still go and substitute for a member of the chapter, which definitely increases your visibility because they're seeing you again, but you wouldn't be able to give your own presentation for your own business after that second time. So we want to make sure that we're all playing good in the sandbox. We want to make sure that it's the same for everyone across the valley, guys. This is super important. This also goes for those amazing people that come in that aren't part of a BNI chapter that love to just come in and substitute for our members. We want to also make sure that they're only giving their presentation 2 times per year because that even though they're doing a fantastic job and really helping the chapter out with our attendance, we want to make sure that we are bringing in some new faces too. So if it's the same people every time, we want to bring in some new people so that way, one, it also helps build the visibility for the chapter. If we have some new people coming in, especially visitors, if you have some past visitors that you want to invite again, ask them to be a substitute because one, they've already attended, they've experienced BNI already, and they would make a great substitute to come back in and experience BNI for a second time And you never know when someone may decide at that point that BNI is right for them and they want to submit their application to interview for their spot. So how would a chapter know this? Oh, good question, Dave. So the great thing is our visitor hosts and our leadership teams, they're aware of how many times people come in and visit. Now, if it's been a really long time and you're unsure, I mean, it's not going to hurt, but if usually when this happens, it's the same person coming in month after month or several weeks in a row where they're continually coming in, subbing, and giving their own presentation more than those 2 times. Sometimes we call them serial subs. And so we want to make sure that if someone is wanting to come and participate, advertise their business, have them apply to become an official member. That way they can be part of the BNI family and then also receive referrals, because BNI members love to do business with other BNI members. So if they're coming and getting that visibility for their business, if they're not a member of BNI, but they're just coming and representing their business, helping out the chapter as a substitute, they're not doing their own like best service, because they're not going to be able to receive the referrals from BNI members without being in BNI. So we want to make sure that we're helping everyone involved. There's more value if someone is coming as a serial substitute, they're not part of BNI, for them to be a part of the BNI family. And then we can find additional resources to find people for other substitutes. Because they say on average, each visitor spends about $1,500 with BNI members before they even join. And that could go for substitutes as well. There's a whole lot of value to have different people coming and viewing your presentations every week, especially as a substitute. Another great way to bring in different faces is if you have clients, coworkers, friends, family that know you, like you, and trust you, and that you know would represent your business extremely well. If you want to introduce them to the room, the great opportunity to do that is to invite them to be a substitute for your chapter, for one of the meetings that you're not able to attend. So just kind of throwing that piece out there. We want to make sure that we're getting different faces and providing value for everyone involved. So let's make sure to line up our substitutes ahead of time, guys. So if you're planning a vacation, make sure to line it up ahead of time. Several weeks would even be best. That way you can make sure that your spot is covered, because visibility is key. If you don't have anyone representing you and your business within your chapter meeting and you're completely absent, one, you're going to get 0 points on the power of 1. When you have a substitute, you at least get half the points for the power of 1. But in addition to that, you want to keep top of mind with every member in your chapter. If you're not there and you're absent and you don't have a substitute representing your business, that is lost visibility for you and your business. And we want to make sure that you have that consistent visibility to keep continuing to build those relationships in the chapter, to build the credibility in your chapter, which will then in turn equal more and more profitability, because they see that you are making that an important piece of your BNI membership, to make sure you're always visible every single week at those weekly meetings. If you have any questions about the substitutes, how it all works, all of that good stuff, let me know. I'm happy to help, happy to answer any additional questions that you may have. Make sure, guys, remember to record 1 chapter education unit for watching today's edition of Wisdom Wednesday, and we will see you all next week. Have a great day, guys.